Ah, my dearest subject. You did make it after all. My, I don't believe I've ever seen you quite so well dressed. Oh, come now. I didn't mean that in a bad way. You always look wonderful. I just meant to say that, well, you look rather lovely. Now, come on in, away from the door. Would you care for any hors d'oeuvres? Prosecco? Very well. Come along. How have you been? It's been a darn while, has it not? Oh, is that so? Well, I'm sure you've heard the news of my elder brother becoming estranged from the family, no? Which means... Yes, exactly. Soon to be king. What a day that'll be, eh? Oh. Give me but a moment, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. What? Tonight? Already? But I'm not even... But... Can't you see he's an old friend of mine? Oh, just from Kingdom Zoda, that's all. Of course of high status. Understood. Do I really have to meet them tonight? Yes, I apologize. Father? Can you have just a moment? Thank you. Oh, nothing. Just... nothing. Apparently, some future potential partners are present tonight, though. My father has just made me aware. I told you, it's nothing. I'm alright. Why wouldn't I be? Just make sure my father doesn't actually try to talk to you. You should fit in well enough. Besides, his memory's going, so he'll likely quickly assume that he's forgotten who you are. Don't worry too much. I have an idea. Take my hand. Reluctance will get you nowhere, my dear subject. Good. Now, place your hand on my shoulder. There you are. If you will allow me, I shall place my hand on your waist. Like so. There we are. The floor is filled with couples just like us, and music is set. All we have to do is dance. Not bad for it. I mean, I expected you to have 2 left feet. However, you dance with grace. I am most thoroughly impressed. Then again, the most probable reason for that is that our interactions prior to this moment have been more casual and secretive. The closest thing we got to dancing was when we thought it was a good idea to go to the nearby beach and take off our shoes while it was extremely hot. The sand felt like it was burning off our foot and we quickly hopped around until we got our shoes back on. Remember? Oh, how time passes. Quick in its haste as the present becomes the past and the future becomes the present. It feels as though it was only yesterday that we would be in our secret location, seeing each other whenever we could and spending time together. Oh, the memories we had made are too precious. Come to think of it, I can't quite remember how we met. Would you care to remind me? Ah, yes, I remember now. Father let me play in the nearby forest of the castle. I was able to sneak off and come to spot you in the nearby river. You instantly recognized me and bowed. I shook my head and offered my hand to you. You seemed quite shocked as I did, backing away and running. Well, attempting to run at least. Your face was red from what I presumed to be being flustered, and you didn't look at where you were going. Your face went from red due to blushing to brown due to the mud that had gotten on it. Ow! Hey, stepping on my foot was unnecessary. What you did next, though, caught me quite off guard. You flung mud towards me. At first you were apologetic, but I couldn't let it pass so easily. I flung it right back towards you. Before we knew it, we were in an all-out mud fight. Having been someone who's always had my head down, reading books of every kind of topic, it was the first time that I had actually felt a thrill, a sense of fun. Not to say, of course, there isn't fun about reading books about previous kings and queens, or books published by navigators around the world. However, that moment with you just made me feel a different type of fun. I had thought it had been because I'd gotten mud in my head that I felt that way, but believe me, even now I feel that way. Father, of course, was not too happy about seeing me covered in mud, but thank goodness I only got off with a light warning. But ever since then, we'd start seeing each other under the apple tree nearby that river. It was where we would spend time reading books, sharing knowledge. You'd teach me about how life worked outside of the castle, and I would play songs for us with my harp. To make sure we would see each other, I had a secret messenger send you the notes, and you'd send one back. Our servants are very trustworthy. Those were simpler times, weren't they? Oh, I apologize. I just feel a little bit nostalgic, that's all. No, I'm quite alright. Nothing's bothering me at all. Well, anyways, I'm quite sure that you're part of the reason I've grown to be the person I am today. You are my secret childhood friend. All the kids I was friends with were all taking turns on the piano, whilst I stared out the window, wondering how long until it was all over and I could spend some time with you again. Though, as time passed, our incognito meetings became less frequent. It was bitter at first, not being able to see you nor hear your voice. The only way that we communicated was through the letters that my servants earnestly delivered. 'Twas because our lives had gotten the better of us. But still, we knew that we did not forget about each other, and that we will remain friends still. That's why I'm very delighted that you came. Looking very stunning as well. What's wrong? Don't mind the spectators. They do not matter. We just don't recognize you, that's all. They do not matter, I assure you. Hold my hand tightly and look into my eyes. You can do it. I believe in... No, wait! I have to go after them. Excuse me. My dearest subject, there you are. I've looked all over for you. Yes, I am quite fine. The prince never gets tired. Only slightly energy deficient. In all seriousness, are you quite alright? I apologize for the spectators. They had no business gossiping. That was incredibly rude. Hey, come on now. We've been friends for years. Now is not the time for you to question who you are to me. Our classes are nothing more than a social construct that is founded on positions of power and wealth. Nothing more. Fine. If it would satiate your curiosity, and if it assures you, sincerely, then I shall tell you who you are to me. You are the peasant villager that I met one day when I was out for a walk in the forest. The same peasant villager who I became friends with. The friend whom I kept seeing in secret due to the forbidden nature of our friendship. The friend who I shared fond memories with and grew up with as time passed, becoming my closest friend. The closest friend who taught me what life was like outside of the castle walls, and showed me what the world truly was beyond the pages of books that I read. But I'm afraid, you being my closest friend, that has since changed. As pressure mounts from my brother being estranged to my father slowly losing his ability to rule, I am next in line for the throne. I do not know if I have the capacity to rule. I do not know if I could lead the kingdom into prosperity if I so desired. I do not know if I can leave a great legacy if I were to rule. As these thoughts plague my head day and night, you have become my hope in continuing to put up the facade of seemingly capable of taking the throne. But I am sure you know now that the truth is, I do not wish to become king. For a multitude of reasons, including my aforementioned insecurities, people's inevitable perceptions of me as a ruler, the responsibilities that come with such power, and I could never bring myself to make such heavy decisions on the behalf of so many. However, the main reason for my desire to step away from the looming shadow of the throne is you. The way I see you has changed. I do not see you as someone I could remain friends with. I wish for you to be with me for as long as I rule and or live, and yet I could never be with you as king, or even as a prince in line. We do not hold the same status. It would never be permitted, even if I was king. So, I beg of you, my dearest, won't you run away with me?